Team is busy getting ready for their match tonight up in Seattle against Belgium at 8 p.m. Joining us to talk about all the latest drama, Willie P., play-by-play radio announcer for Charlotte FC, and our good friend Willie. Good morning, my friend. Nice to see you. You got the jersey on. What do you think about this red card reversal?
Well, I have thoughts. First off, UEFA very, very rich coming out and saying that when somebody from their own federation literally had a two-match suspension rescinded earlier in this World Cup with Cristiano Ronaldo. No statement involving that from them. But, I find the selective outrage a little bit rich. Look, at the end of the day, this comes down to an injustice was served, I believe, because I think if you ask 9 out of 10 people, that's not a red card. And I would even go so far as to say maybe 9.5 people, but we can't take half of a person. So very, very few people have come out to me and said that they thought that that was a justifiable red card. And I think FIFA's justification comes down to the fact that VAR was not implemented in the right fashion. Number one, it was not for a clear and obvious error. And number two, it was not used properly in the fact that the only looks that they gave to try and justify their decision were the still shot on the ankle and the slow motion replay. They never even once went to the full motion where when you see it happen in full motion, you see two guys going for the ball. There's no Following Balogun intent on the Bosnian defender. I think it's a situation where if at the very most it should have been a yellow card, but the fact that there was nothing called on the field, they can't go back and give a yellow from VAR. The only two outcomes are no call or red card. They felt they had to give something. That's not the correct use of VAR. If Belgium's got a problem with it, this is the other problem with this, guys. In previous years, Belgium would probably say something to the effect of, who cares? It's the United States. We're going to win anyway. I would have much preferred that that response than them being so outraged about Balogun's inclusion, which goes to show you how far the United States has come from respect aspect in the eyes of Belgium and therefore the world, because they're thinking that this one inclusion completely changes the tenor of this match, when in reality, if you looked at the betting market, the U.S. was still a slight favorite against Belgium, who may or may not need guys who have walkers to get out to the field because of how old they are. Because the same dudes who played us 12 years ago are the same principal characters. They're two goal scorers from the game we lost against them back in 2014, and their goalkeeper, who, again, like I said, may very well need a walker to get out there this afternoon.
Wow. How do you really feel, Willie? I love it.
He really did have some thoughts. And Willie,
Sorry, I had thoughts.
I bet the U.S. men's team has been practicing and preparing for tonight's match without flow in mind of being in the lineup. Do you see him starting, or is this kind of a reshuffling last minute to kind of fit him in there?
Oh, Taylor, I think he's in the lineup. I think he's in there from the start, and I think he's in there for the full 90 minutes because he is the United States' most, I think, dynamic striker. Well, I think Pepe would have been able to handle it because I think Pepe maybe has a little bit better finishing quality than Flo Balogun does on balance. Balogun's playing a heck of a lot better than any of the striker options for the United States. He's great with off-the-ball movement. He affects the game in many ways. And I think, too, he will be motivated by this because I think he gets kind of a second lease on life. And, the U.S. just looks better with him on the field. And if Belgium wants to put an asterisk by this, go ahead. History, as I remember back to my American history is written by the winners. So if they want to cry and cope about it, that's their prerogative.
Oh, my gosh, I love it. Will is on fire this morning. All right, let's talk about what has happened in the last 24, 48 hours that sets us up for who we will play once we beat Belgium tonight. You had the big win, Norway over Brazil, England over Mexico. You got Portugal and Spain this afternoon. What does it look like ahead for us?
Well, Spain-Portugal, the winner of that would be our next opponent if we get past Belgium, the Iberian Peninsula Derby, if you will. The two games last night were incredible theater when you think about Erling Haaland coming away with a pair of goals against Brazil. Brazil and Neymar having the little jaw with the opponent there at the end of the game, too, as well. And great drama in Estadio Azteca last night with Mexico and England. Look, I gave England definitely more than a puncher's chance to go in there to that snake pit and win at Mexico, and they acclimated themselves very, very well to the altitude. They get two quick goals. They had to basically yield and hold on to all the stuff that happens when you see a game in Mexico, particularly in CONCACAF. We've seen that from the United States perspective before, but a great result for them. They move on, and I think it's going to be very interesting. England-Norway is a very, very enticing round of 8 matchup. Holland versus England.
Yeah.
That should be very interesting. And, of course, obviously, Spain and Portugal. Couple of very different narratives involved there. Spain is yet to allow a goal in the tournament, and it could be potentially the final World Cup game for Cristiano Ronaldo. So a lot in the mix today with the preamble in advance, of course, of the U.S.-Belgium big kill tonight on what they're calling, of course, Monday Night Football in Seattle.
Monday Night Football. Willie, we appreciate your insight. As always, on the tear this morning, my friend. Can't wait to talk about our victory as of tomorrow. We'll see you. Thanks, brother.
I was about to say, I need more appearances here. We need to keep this going. We need a round of 8 appearance. We need a semifinal appearance.
Save this slot for tomorrow, Willie. All right,
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.